Hey guys. Shalom, shalom. I thought about doing this as a live, and then I thought, no, because if I do a live, then I lose my train of thought when I mean, it's a good thing in a way. I lose my train of thought when I see you all come on. But then it's kind of bad in the sense that I miss out on some of the things I want to share. So, so not doing a live right now. But I am going to be doing a live in the sense of premiering live. I'll be in the live chat. So that's the plan, anyways. But Chag Sameach, happy Passover, happy Pesach, um, Feast of Unleavened Bread. I already blew it a bit because I had a little bit of leaven and didn't even realize. I was like munching on it. I was like, wait a minute, I was supposed to clean this up. Even though, but I mean, I still really haven't had leaven. It was just a little bit. Um, but just a little bit leavens a whole loaf, right? And fittingly, I have had that experience in my own life recently where I've really fallen hard. I've really fallen hard. We all fall short of the glory of God. I shared some of this on my Facebook Live. Um, we all do, but I think I've just been thinking so much about King David lately because King David, he was a man after God's own heart. He had an anointing, and yet he still went after things he wasn't supposed to. He still sinned. The most, and that he got consequences, and there are consequences for sin. I have experienced that myself. Painful. But what's amazing about King David, because there's always a choice, we can either run harder and faster towards the Lord, or we can walk farther away. And I choose to be like David, where David confessed, where David knew he was in the wrong, and yet he still chased after the heart of God, knowing God is merciful. And because it was so important to David to be right with the Lord above all else. And that's been my heart. And what I think is also beautiful is that when we do fall, that even though God doesn't want us to, He doesn't want us to sin, He doesn't want us to fall away, He actually uses our falling. He uses that to open our eyes to see just how good He is, because He's loved us long before we ever fell. You know what I'm saying? He had that unconditional love. He still has that unconditional love. It's never gone away. And it's like when we do fall, it actually is an opportunity to draw closer to the Lord than we've ever been. And in my case, it's been like solidified. I have been on the fence for years about, if I was supposed to be married to the Lord only, or if there was someone for me on the earth. But it's been that has been answered, where I am married to the Lord. And it's not out of bitterness, it's out of what the Lord has shown me, for him and I, and what he's allowed me to go through. And I'm in awe that I actually have this blessing, this opportunity to be married to the Lord, because I think some people get into marriages that were not right, and they end up being miserable when the Lord called them to be married to him only. Not everybody's called to that, not everybody is. And so I consider myself truly blessed in that, the way that my life has turned out, although I have made mistakes, that God has brought me to this opportunity where I'm married to him. Um, and, and I love it. I love that he is my husband. I've got the best husband in the world, in the universe. I mean, there's no one better. It's like, brings tears to my eyes to think about, and also to think that he loves me still, even though I have not been, that faithful, devoted. That's the part I wanted to share. So I fell in love with someone who, um, there's so much to it. There's things that I did wrong, there's things that I didn't know, um, but things that were not right on his part as well. And it's actually a blessing. It's extremely painful, but it's actually a blessing to experience being with someone who's not faithful. And what has opened my eyes to see is that we do this to God, beloved. You don't have to be married to Him like the way that I am now. You don't have to be like that, but married to Him in a sense of devotion. We might talk about the Lord, but we might care about the Lord, but if we're not devoted, it's missing. And that's been revealed to me in a deeper way because I had the experience of someone, I had the experience of someone caring for me deeply, but not wanting to be devoted to me. There's a difference. Okay, I'll explain. You can care for anyone, care for their well being, want to make sure they're okay. If they are sick, bring them some soup or something. But that's not the same thing as, say, that and the next level of um, being like devoted, choosing to be devoted to them, where in a way you serve them because you have made the conscious decision to be in partnership with them, not with anybody else, but with that person. And that hit that hit me hard when I have experienced this because, again, even though I talk about the Lord all the time, there has been a lack of devotion. Um, I mean, life happens. It's not like we're supposed to be, on our knees all the time. I mean, of course we would be in heaven, right? If we saw the glory of God all the time, but devotion in that we are so devoted, we are so focused in serving the Lord that we don't see partnership with the world. We don't see partnership with others as something to come before Him. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. There's a difference. There's a difference between caring for someone and being devoted to them. You can care for someone and be devoted, but you can't be devoted and not care. You can also have care and not be devoted. Yeah, you can have care, not be devoted, but you can't be devoted without care. Those go hand in hand. Because there's a lot of people who I care for, but I don't make a conscious decision every day to serve them. I'm not serving them with breakfast and tea, or just daily serving them somehow. Um, I mean, other than work is one thing, but hopefully that kind of drives home what I'm trying to say. And I see that, and it's painful. It's when you experience it yourself, where someone cares for you, but they're not devoted to you, and you thought that they were. Um, that, as painful as it is, has opened my eyes. Like I've been just said already a bunch of times, but I just trying to really drive it in. It's not the same thing. So you can't just care for the Lord, beloved ones. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, I love Him. He's great. Praise Him. I go to service and I say the prayers." Are you devoted to Him though? Are you consciously making decision each day to serve Him? It says in His Word to whatever you do, to bless Him, to serve Him, right? Whatever you drink, whatever you eat, literally. And that is part of devotion. Whatever you do, let it be unto the Lord. Washing your hands, preparing a meal, um, going to see a movie in the theater, which, by the way, I've got some more reviews about that. Um, devotion. Devotion is very different than caring for someone. And my eyes have been opened to see the difference. Because for someone who I have loved, it's been my desire to serve, to be devoted, and I have been. But my eyes have been open to see that it wasn't the case for him. It was different. And I asked the Lord for years, let me learn to love the way you love. Teach me. When you pray that, beloved ones, you have to be prepared to be crushed in heart, in mind, in spirit. You have to be prepared. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to pray. It's a good thing to pray. We're supposed to be like the Lord more. But when you pray that, be prepared. Be prepared for a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And so this kind of goes with the other thing I was going to talk about. I have gone ahead and seen the other Last Suppers with The Chosen. So I wanted to give a review on that. And it goes with what I'm saying because, I mean, I'm not going to share everything, but I do say they're worth going to see for sure. You will cry. You'll laugh. There's some funny things, but especially in the last one they're showing, because they're showing in parts in the theater this month. You're going to cry a lot in the last one. I sure did. They showed Yeshua praying, that scene praying, and it's really like how I had imagined it. I've never seen a biblical form of it, video of it, in the way that it was shown, in a way that it is like, it wrenches your heart. And I always thought of it that way because this is the Lord praying before he's going to be crucified. And although he's perfect, Yeshua, he's also, he's like fully divine, fully man. He has this love for people. He wants to do this, but he also doesn't want to experience it so much. And when he says, "Take this cup from me," I really, beloved, don't believe that the Lord was simply saying for the pain he would experience physically. The pain that he had that was unbearable was the pain of the sorrows of the sins of the whole world on him. And this kind of goes back to that with devotion. The Lord has always been fully devoted to us. Do you realize that? He has always been fully devoted to us. We haven't. And yet he's the one who gave his life for us in the most gruesome, most painful way known to man. Why would we put anyone else or anything else above him? What possesses us to put anything else above him? Anything else, anyone else who didn't give their life for us the way he did? It's something to think about. And it really does change your thought process in life. Because I know it's human nature that we are here. We want to experience things for ourselves. I get that. Boy, do I get that. But what is that compared to the glory that we share with God when we truly receive and accept what he gave up for us? And he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He didn't have to go through that. We didn't have to be saved. But he wanted us to be saved. He wanted us to join in that partnership with him. He wanted us to enter the kingdom of heaven because he loves us. He loves us. And that's crazy because we mess up all the time. But he knew that. He knew that we would. And just like a loving father, he took that upon himself. He took that weight upon himself so that we could be free, so that we could be with him. Yeah. There's a scene there where Yeshua actually is praying and he's seeing things, visions. And it's powerful, beloved. It is powerful in that movie, that show. And the one that really got me too was when it's Yeshua himself, but he's also, one with the Father. There's so much more to that than we understand, but they do that scene where he's speaking with the Father. He's like, I'm gonna see you on the other side, my son. That got me. And from not this last viewing, but the one before, the Lord is also grieving and weeping, starting to see what's up ahead. And he's alone, and all of a sudden he hears music. And he follows the music. I've done that too. I hear music, live music, I'm like, where's that at? And so that really, I was like, oh, I totally connected with that. He hears music, and it just takes him away from those moments of sorrow he was going through, those thoughts he had. that intercessory prayer was amazing, but it was a breath of fresh air, this music he's hearing, and he follows it. The Lord follows it. And there's a man with sheep playing the harp. And at first I thought, well, it's just going to be a shepherd boy and the Lord's just going to be ministered to that. And even that scene, that alone was a ministry, because people, we don't think about this. Maybe some of you do, but for the longest time, I didn't. The Lord loves to be ministered to. Do you realize that? He loves when we minister to him. We're not perfect, but we make a choice to bless him. It is a ministry to him. So I was like, this is so beautiful, because the Lord's hearing this music. This man, you don't see his face at first. He's turned away, he's playing the harp, he's singing, and the Lord is being ministered to. Then all of a sudden, the man turns and he smiles, and the Lord recognizes him. It's like this vision, right? But it's real for him. And he says, oh, David. It's King David. And King David keeps singing, making music. And I love that, because it's perfect, because King David, to this day, beloved ones, he's alive. His soul is alive. You know, the Lord said he's the God of the living, not of the dead. And so that vision of David was so profound, and David's smiling too, because the Lord is his friend. And David is a friend of the Lord. David, Melech David, King David. And just the way that they made that scene where he's taken back by, he's not just looking at anyone, he's looking at his friend who he loves. And it also brought a memory to me. I don't even remember her name, but years ago I played the harp and sang. I think my mom was still alive. We did music ministry somewhere, and a lady came up to me. I've met lots of people over the years from music ministry, and I don't know who she was. I don't remember her name. As I said, I don't know, but I will never forget what she told me. She said, the Lord loves it when you play that music for him. He loves it. So don't stop. And I told her, no, I'm not going to stop, because I have loved that ministry with the Lord. But you know what? I have gone through so much lately that I haven't been playing like I used to. I haven't been making music like I used to. I've had ups and downs. And when I saw this in the theater, that scene, I was like, oh Lord, what have I done? I have not ministered to you this way, and you love it. And I have fallen, but I also feel so unworthy. And this is something the Lord told me recently, even when I was going to play my harp. And I may have shared it already on this channel, I don't know, but I was so torn inside, saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And the Lord said to my heart, if you thought you were worthy, I would not have chosen you. I was like, oh, where did that get me? It's like, I'm not worthy to do this worship music for you. I'm not worthy. But if I thought I was, oh, something's wrong, is what the Lord's telling me. It's like assuring me that I was right in the place where I'm supposed to be in heart and mind. And because it's not about what we've done or what we could do or how perfect we've been, because we are not. It's about how perfect he is and the desire to bless him. That is something else, beloved. The desire to bless the Lord, the desire to minister to the Lord. And you know what? That's also what blesses other people. Whatever you do, whatever it is, whether it's working on cars or working a ranch or training dogs, training horses, cooking, being a chef. If you are giving that to the Lord, devoted to the Lord, with the desire to be a ministry to the Lord, it is something beautiful to all around you, and it will minister to yourself as well. Amen. So that's what I wanted to share. I love you guys. I do appreciate your prayers. I know I've got people who've been praying for me, and I can't thank you enough. People reaching out, people blessing me. I am going to be moving. not too far, but I'm not gonna say where I'm moving to. Just like here, for safety. Um, I'm so blessed that where I've been, um, it doesn't really show up on Google Maps, so that's kind of cool. I thank God that I've been protected though with all the crazy stuff I have history of, and it's kind of calmed down, and I pray that continues. And I'm just actually kind of glad that I'm moving somewhere else in a way, and I'm really, really gonna make sure I don't say anything really about where I'm moving to, other than the fact that I am moving, because in some of my videos, obviously things are gonna look different a little bit, maybe in the background or different looking kitchen or something. Um, but where I'm moving to, I will say that it's a blessing. I don't know how all it's gonna work out right away because the rent is more than where I am, but on the other hand, there's things about it that I believe are going to be really a huge blessing to my life. Um, it's going to be, I guess I haven't shared about my horse, so I think that's okay. It's going to be closer to my horse, which has kind of become important since I do have a stallion. I don't have a gelding or a mare. I couldn't keep him here. Um, but I also have felt in my heart I needed a change, um, for like mental health. And I know my grandma is getting older, and I just want to spend more time with her. And I think this move is going to allow for that. And I think just a lot of good things are going to come from it. But I have to give up stuff. I can't keep all my animals. Um, it's going to be different. It's going to be different, but it's going to be good too. It's gonna be hard. I am gonna have some more tears from saying goodbye, but I'll get to keep some of my animals, some of them. Um, for sure, my stallion. He's not gonna go away. I've got a lot of work to do with him still. Yeah, but I would appreciate prayers for that. Because it's gonna take. I basically live in a way, um, or lately, for sure, paycheck to paycheck, like most Americans. But more so because I spent extra when I went to get my horse. But it was so worth it. Horses are therapy. I don't regret that at all. But yeah, paycheck to paycheck, and I need some. Um, I'm gonna be needing some little extra for even moving expensive as far as. I mean, I live in a tiny home. I'm not gonna hire some movers. I'm not gonna do that because it's such a small home. It's not like I need that. But even like boxes and things, it costs money. So, um, prayers for just provision and even people, the right people to buy, adopt animals and things of mine. I would appreciate those prayers, um, because that's going to be important. Um, I also really love that in the place where I'm going to be moving to, even though rent is a little bit more, I believe it's worth it in that there's actually going to be a room just for my harps. So, like right now, where I'm at, I'm in this tiny, tiny home, and everything is basically in one room, for more or less. I mean, there's technically two rooms, but not really, because I use the other one as like a closet and loft, and the harps are just here, squished in here. But in the new place, I'll have a place for my harps, and yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. um, yeah, it'll be cool. Hopefully, I'll get to do some music, share some music even from there with you all, with all my harps lined up. I'm so blessed to have harps, really. I grew up with parents who supported me and wanted to hear me and knew that I loved what I did, um, and helped me with getting my harps because I could not have gotten harps on my own growing up. Nope, couldn't afford harp teacher lessons, but they did that, and I'm just forever, forever thankful. Um, but going back to what I was sharing, go see The Chosen. I was kind of like on the fence if you wanted to see the Last Supper, but this Last Supper, if you can see all the episodes that they've got for April, go ahead and do that because they are powerful. Um, you will definitely weep. not just cry, he will weep. Yep, the guy who plays the Lord, he really does give a profound picture, and I know that he does as a result of his time with the Lord. Um, I know his background is Catholic, and there's things that I don't, are not biblical that is in Catholicism, unfortunately, but I do believe that even though the view may be not quite right, God still listens to those who are seeking him, and I know that through even the Catholic Church, even though there might be unbiblical things there, that the Lord still blesses people who are seeking him, if that makes sense. Because none of us have the perfect picture, right? None of us do. And he still blesses us. So, yeah, I do believe that's why the guy, Jonathan Rumi, who plays the Lord, does his part so well, because he does have in real life a relationship with the Lord, and that makes a huge difference. Um, and you see it and you feel it when you're even watching the show. Um, it's evident. And when I watched The Last Supper, the guy who plays the Lord, I can't say that I felt that way entirely, but he also had a different kind of aura about him. So, we all do. But yeah, um, this video is already almost half an hour long. And which is okay now, right, with the longer videos on my phone, but it's gonna take like maybe 2 days to load, who knows. But yeah, wanted to share those things. Prayers appreciated. I know you guys pray for me. Prayers for provision, good homes for animals. Um, and yeah, I'm just hoping things work out in the new place too, as far as I have to be prepared for a more rent. I'm not looking forward to that part, but I think it's worth it though. For having a little bit more room, a little bit more room. um, yeah. Here has been perfect, really, except for when I started working at home. My desk, my work stuff takes up so much room, and it's just uh, doesn't feel very good. But you do what you gotta do, um, and I'm just thankful this opportunity came up where I'm going to. Yeah, I'm thankful. Bless you guys. Thank you guys for listening. I do truly love you all. I know I don't always respond on here, but my heart is there. My heart is there for you. And I I confess, I've confessed and I will continue to confess that I've done wrong. Um, and I know that I have not prayed as fervently as I should for the people I love, for the people I care for. That's really actually been more open to my eyes as well. I think that we do allow the enemy to be in places he shouldn't in our lives when we don't intercede. And I confess and I'm sorry to the Lord and my loved ones for really just letting down. I know that God can do anything, but he also works with us. And he asks, if there's anyone there to intercede. And I've seen loved ones fall away in their pain and their sorrow, and I haven't been there for them like I was supposed to. I have focused too much on myself, on my own things, and that's not been right. So may this time, this season going forward, be different, and boldly may I be before the Lord in every situation, not afraid to share him. I was sharing this on my YouTube channel as well. Not my YouTube channel, this is YouTube, my Facebook, that years ago I had a dream that I was just in a public setting, just sharing about the attributes of the Lord. That's all. Wasn't sharing scripture. I was just saying out loud, the Lord is compassionate and he is merciful and he is righteous and this and this. And I was just going through the list. He is slow to anger. His love is unconditional. I was just going on and on about the Lord. And in that dream, people started to come towards me to persecute me, and I got a sense that they were coming for my life. But the Lord did not release that strength from me. I had strength, I just kept on sharing. And I woke up before I saw what happened, but I was reminded of that dream again recently. I mean, I had this dream some time ago, but I remember that dream and I was like, that day may come very soon. But I am reminded that He is with me and He gives that strength. It says He will, and He does when we need it. So we must be bold before Him. And the times are changing. I don't know what's up ahead. Um, I don't know. Um, but I believe that where I'm going to, that it is going to be a place where the Lord is going to make me a light upon a hill. Again, not because of anything I've done, because I am imperfect, but because of Him, just because I have invited Him into my heart, because I've invited Him into my life. I do believe He's going to speak through me to speak life into other people. Again, not because I have any right to be that, but the Lord does. The Lord is going to speak, not me. Not me, the Lord, because He is good. And He uses us broken ones. He's going to do great things. He's going to speak forth love. And He's going to speak forth encouragement. And the broken hearts will be healed. And those who are sick will be healed because the Lord has shown His love and mercy upon His people. This is His time. This is His time. He's going to show miracles and He's going to show wonders. As we approach the great day of the Lord, He's going to work mightily, and His angels are going to go and minister about the earth. And He is going to show Himself in ways we have never seen before, even greater than the days of Moshe, like this, the plagues. He's going to do great things, beloved ones. So you better be getting ready, because it's about time for Him to shine that way. We will see those wonders like never before. And I think it's fascinating that right now the seeds off of this big tree that's next to my home are starting to fall. I could hear them this morning even on the top of my roof here. And I remembered, at first I thought it was raining. And I remembered that when I first moved here, it was the same season, the same month coming into the next month. Because it's about to be May. And the first time I saw this place, it was in April. And I came to rent in May. And that was 6 years ago. And now I'm preparing to move to a new place the same season. I didn't plan it that way, beloved. Didn't plan it that way, but it is coming into this new season. And I know something is significant about that. We talk about the number 7 a lot, but did you know in traditional Judaism, there is known as the manifestations of the Lord Yeshua. There's different numbers that go along with that. There is something unique and special for 6. There's special and unique for something for 11. So 6, there's something special for every number, but I do believe there is a reason for this, and that coming into the 7th year, the 8th year, I will see things like I've never seen before. Yeah, we're gonna see Him. I love you all. Shalom, shalom. Happy Pesach. Take care.